Unfortunately, the art of silence has been lost in our busy world, where noise and talk are always present. But what if the times we choose not to speak were just as strong as the times we do? How often do we stop and think about what our quiet means? Stoicism is an old theory that teaches people how to control themselves through reason and emotional strength. It's a great way to learn when to speak. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, said, "It's better to trip with the feet than with the tongue." This wise saying brings up a basic question. How many times have we felt bad about saying something in a hurry or out of anger? Stoicism doesn't just tell us not to do things. We owe it to ourselves to use silence as a tool for growth and peace. Imagine facing life's challenges with the calm confidence that your silence speaks louder than any words could ever hope to. Stoic philosophy teaches that silence isn't just the absence of speech but a deeply felt response that has been carefully chosen. It is an active, powerful force, a plan that can help ease disagreements, protect us from harm, and help us understand. But when exactly should we embrace silence? Together, we'll find out in 9 key times that choosing silence is not only smart, but also life-changing. As we go deeper into these lessons, think about how practicing Stoic silence might change the way you deal with others and your own peace of mind. What if you could end a heated fight with a calm, measured silence instead of harsh words? What might a quiet pause help you say about your feelings and thoughts? Come with us as we dig into the strong times to shut up and let the knowledge of Stoicism guide us. Are you ready to learn more about the deep knowledge of Stoicism? Please leave a word before you start your journey. Number 1. When being criticized unfairly. According to Stoic philosophy, being unfairly criticized is a unique chance to become stronger and show integrity. The main idea behind this old knowledge, the ruler Marcus Aurelius once said that if something outside of you bothers you, it's not the thing itself that's hurting you, but how you think about it. He also said that you can change how you think about something at any time. Insight tells us that what bothers us about criticism is not the criticism itself, but how we see and respond to it. Think about this. How might changing how you see criticism make you stronger? Can you think of a time when staying calm in the face of unfair criticism changed the outcome? For example, if you are leading a project at work and your boss criticizes it harshly, a Stoic response would be to calmly look at the feedback and find useful insights, while ignoring any negative information that isn't based on facts. Epictetus said that this way of doing things will not only keep your peace but also keep your professional honor. Don't talk about your theory, live it. Here, to live by philosophy, you have to respond with calm, well thought out responses instead of defensive ones. You should let the quality of your responses and ultimately your work speak for itself. Separate your feelings from what's going on. Take a step back and look at it objectively instead of personally. Get stronger inside. Do things that help you deal with your emotions, like exercising, writing in a book, or meditating. Use your anger in a healthy way, positively channel your energy. Instead of being angry, put your energy into things that will help you, like working out or making art. Learn and grow. Use your anger as a chance to learn more about yourself and change how you respond in the future. How to communicate well. Talk about how you feel in a cool and confident way without being hostile or angry. Managing your anger well is important for your health and the health of your relationships. You can turn anger into a good force by getting to the bottom of it. Practicing mindfulness, changing your point of view, building mental strength, and finding healthy ways to use your anger. Follow the advice of Stoicism to find inner peace and live a healthy, peaceful life. Number 2. Silence amidst unfounded rumors. Silence in the middle of false rumors when people talk to each other. Stories are like leaves caught in a gust of wind. When these rumors aren't true, they can cause harm and confusion. Stoic philosophy gives us a strong answer: quiet. Think about the story of a teacher in a small town who was wrongly accused of misconduct. As rumors spread through the community, The teacher chose not to add to the heat by denying or explaining what happened. Instead, she relied on her honesty and integrity to stand firm. This silence is not a passive surrender, but a smart decision based on wisdom. Marcus Aurelius said, "You hold power over your thoughts, not over outside events." Understand this, and you will be strong. How often have we seen quickly spoken words make things worse? How might silence protect you from the arrows of false accusations? By refusing to comment. The teacher let the community's initial excitement die down. As time went on and no new proof came to light, the truth became her defense. This shows the Stoic belief that you should focus on what you can control. Like your reactions and actions, rather than worrying about how stories spread, which you can't stop. Epictetus once said that if someone says bad things about you, you should always compliment them. This counterintuitive method says that reacting to negativity with positivity, or in this case silence, can stop and change the course of unproductive interactions. When false accusations are made, speaking quietly can show respect and trust in the truth. To use this in your own life, think about how important it is to wait to reply to stories until the storm passes. Remember that the best way to keep your peace and image is to live by the ideal you preach, not by fighting every whisper. In these kinds of situations, staying quiet isn't just a way to protect yourself. It's also a way to show your dedication to Stoic principles. So, as you deal with the difficulties of personal and professional relationships, let Stoic silence lead you through the chaos of false rumors, finding in it the way to a peaceful, happy, and successful life. Number 3, how to deal with loss. How do you deal with the utter silence that follows a major loss? Loss is a common human experience that often leaves a void filled with sadness and confusion. But Stoicism has a unique way of dealing with pain. For example, C.S. Lewis, a famous author who wrote about his grief after losing his wife in the book A Grief Observed, says, "The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before." This is a very Stoic way of thinking. Stoics believe that our experiences are part of a bigger, natural flow of life and that loss and love will always go hand in hand. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, has a lot to say about this subject. The day we worry will be our last is actually the birthday of eternity. How might your response to loss change if you see it as a shift instead of an end? What might you gain by accepting the silence that comes after loss? Giving yourself time and room to think and heal. After his death, Lewis didn't try to fill the silence with explanations or distractions. Instead, he used it to deeply explore his thoughts and feelings, showing the Stoic belief that hardships can be used for personal growth. His journey through grief showed how keeping a calm mind can help someone deal with deep emotional pain and turn it into a deep understanding of life's fragility and beauty. Silence after a loss isn't a way to hide or deny what happened. It's a way to give yourself time to relax, think, and move on. Find meaning beyond the pain you're feeling right now. This means letting your feelings run their course without forcing an end. Think about how you've dealt with losses in the past. How could the Stoic practice of reflective silence help you in future times of grief? How might this method change not only your own healing, but also the healing of those around you? Number 4, navigating ignorance with Stoic grace. Have you ever met someone whose actions show they don't understand, but whose belief is as strong as if they were an expert? Even though this situation is upsetting, it's a good time to practice being patient and graceful. Galileo, the famous scientist who pushed heliocentrism during a time of strong geocentric beliefs, is a great example of how to deal with ignorance. Even though he faced fierce opposition and was even put under house arrest, Galileo kept his honor and dedication to the truth, often choosing to stay silent in the face of false accusations and ignorance. Stoicism teaches us that we can only control how we respond, not what other people do. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events." Realizing this will give you strength. Think about using this point of view the next time you come across someone who is wrong. How could changing how you respond? If you knew you could control it, change your outlook. Galileo's silence wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a strong statement of his honesty and belief in what he had found. He knew that truth doesn't need to be backed up by words, but can stand firm on its own merits over time. This approach is similar to the Stoic idea of focusing on one's own actions and accepting that others' beliefs are outside of one's control. Being gracious means knowing the limits of your power and picking your fights carefully. It means being patient and understanding even when things are frustrating. This practice not only leads to a peaceful and happy life, but it also helps you see things with a bigger picture, focusing on long-term respect and success instead of short-term vindication. Think about how silence can be a graceful reaction to stupidity in your own life. How might this method improve your relationships and your own health? Let Galileo's story motivate you to practice Stoic silence, turning possibly harsh situations into chances to grow. Number 5. How to deal with rumors. There must have been many times in your life when you were the subject of a story, hearing whispers getting louder as they went around. It's a normal human reaction, but keeping quiet can change the situation. Think about the story of a community leader whose dedication to protecting the environment led to false rumors about her personal gain. Instead of addressing each rumor, she stayed focused on her work, remembering Marcus Aurelius's words, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who hurt you." This leader's decision to remain silent and continue her advocacy let her actions speak louder than any rumor. Her behavior shows an important Stoic concept. It's not outside events that bother us, but how we react to them. How would your life be different if you ignored rumors with silence? What strength could you gain by deciding not to explain but to keep going on your path? If someone says bad things about you and it's true, Epictetus tells us to fix ourselves. If it's a lie, this wise leader not only kept the peace, but also told her people to look past the lies by telling them to laugh at them. People who didn't believe in her slowly lost faith, but her calm attitude and unwavering commitment showed that Stoic silence can help you keep your image and self-respect. This story shows how Stoicism can be used in modern life by showing how our reactions to false information can either feed the fire or put it out. It also shows that silence is not a passive choice, but an active and powerful way to let our lives and results show what kind of person we are. Not responding when unfairly criticized is not just a passive act. It's a strategic one to embrace Stoicism's call to focus on what we can control, our responses and attitudes. This quiet strength turns possible conflict into a sign of your personal strength and philosophical dedication. As you face life's difficulties, think about how silence can help you. What chances might come up if you choose thoughtful silence over impulsive speech? How might this practice not only improve your own peace of mind but also have an effect on those around you? By incorporating Stoic principles into our daily lives, especially when we are unfairly criticized, we align ourselves with a philosophy that values the strength of character over the temporary approval of others. This promotes personal growth and inspires others to do the same, especially in today's world, where boasting and self-promotion often drown out humility. Be criticism in life, and it can often be a good way to learn and improve. But criticism isn't always fair, even when it's meant to hurt someone. In these kinds of scenarios, it can be hard to stay calm and act in the right way. Stoicism, a theory that began in ancient Greece, has timeless advice on how to handle rude criticism with class and grace. By following Stoic ideas, we can turn bad things that happen to us into chances to grow as people and become stronger inside. Hey, what matters is not what happens to you, but how you react to it. This is the Stoic principle. Take a moment to think about what to say when someone criticizes you unfairly. This keeps you from acting on impulse and gives you time to think about what's going on without getting upset. Take the criticism away from yourself As the Stoics said, you control your mind, not events outside of it. Know this, and you will be strong. Marcus Aurelius, do this. Understand that unfair feedback only shows how the reviewer feels or what they think, not how good you are or what you can do. You can see the criticism more clearly if you separate it from who you are. As the Stoics said, if anyone can prove and show me that I think and act in error, I will gladly change it, for I seek the truth. Marcus Aurelius, do this. There may be a small amount of truth in even the most unfair judgment. Look for any helpful feedback that is hidden in the unfairness. Take this as a chance to improve yourself. And get rid of the negative thoughts that aren't necessary. As the Stoic saying goes, first, learn the meaning of what you say and then speak. Epictetus. When someone criticizes you unfairly, stay cool and polite.